Hi children, hello, welcome to your home school this year, class 10 mathematics NCERT or CBSE board. We are in our fourth chapter, that is circles. Second exercise, exercise 4.2, and your first problem. From a point Q, where is the point? Let me take somewhere a point, children. From a point Q, okay. The length of the tangent to a circle is 24 centimeters. Okay. There is a circle here. Right? Center. Tangent from Q it seems, children. So it must be like this. The point of contact is this. Once again, I read the question. From a point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24 centimeters. So, length of the tangent is how much? 24 centimeters. And the distance of Q from the center. Distance of Q from the center. I think, is this the distance, children? Yes, the distance of Q, okay, the distance of Q from the center is how much? 25 centimeters. Let me mark here 25 centimeters, right? The radius of the circle is, means we need to join this. What is the radius of a circle is your question. Understand the problem once again. Q is a point. Q is which point? External point. From Q, we need to draw a tangent to a circle and length of the tangent is 24 centimeters. And distance from the center to the point Q is 25 centimeters. As we know, okay, let us mark this P. And this is the point of contact, and this point is the external point. This is the center. Okay. You need to find length of the radius. And one more thing, you know, by theorem, what I can say, tangent is always perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. If this is perpendicular, what you can see, children? You can see a right triangle. If this is right angle, what will be this QO? It is the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse means, you know hypotenuse, and one side you know. Can't you find another side? By which formula or by which method you apply to find this? We know by Pythagoras theorem. What is that, children? Consider the right triangle OPQ. Apply Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. What is QO? 25 whole square. PQ 24 whole square. I don't know radius, OP square as it is. 25 25 sa 625. 24 24 sa 576 plus OP square. Okay. So now what it will be, children? Bring this one side. OP square at a time reverse. 625 minus 576. How much it will be? 625 minus 576 is equal to 49. OP square 49. Remove square. Apply square root. That will be OP is equal to 7 centimeters. What is the radius, children? Radius is 7 centimeters. Check the option. Which option is right? A option. Solution. Therefore, answer is A, 7 centimeters. Though it is a multiple choice question, you need to do this all groundwork. If they ask in multiple choice question, do this part in rough column. If they ask you in 1 mark or 2 marks this type of question, you have to solve, draw the figure and solve and say the answer. Second problem, in figure, you can see the figure here. If TP and TQ, TP and TQ. Look here children, TP, TQ. What is T? T is an external point. What are P and Q? P and Q are the point of contacts. And PT, TQ. What is TP and TQ? They are the two tangents which arise from the external point to a circle. Are the two tangents to a circle with center O, so that angle POQ is equal to 110 degree. Then angle PTQ is equal to how much? This is your question. As we know by the theorem, what you can say? Tangent is always perpendicular to the radius of a circle. And this is perpendicular, this is also perpendicular. 90 and this is 90. You can see a quadrilateral, children. Can you see a quadrilateral here? What do we know according to quadrilateral properties? Opposite angle sum will be 180. Check here, 90 plus 90, it will be 180. Now, we need to find this. We know this angle, we need to find. Say now orally, 110 plus this will be 180. 180 minus 110 is how much? It will be 70 degree. That is your answer. So, where is your answer? B is your answer. So, once again, look here, children. First, try to identify what given for us. We have a circle with center O and T is external point. From that point, two tangents arise. TP and TQ are the tangents. P is a point of contact. Q is a point of contact. Here, when the tangents are drawn to a circle, tangents are perpendicular to the center of a circle. Or through the radius, they are perpendicular, you can say. So, 90, 90. I'll observe only this. So, look here, in the quadrilateral, angle O plus angle T is equal to 180. Opposite angle sum will be 180 in a quadrilateral. So, I am writing here shortcut. What is angle O? 110 degree plus angle T is equal to 180. Send this 110 this side. Angle T is equal to plus 110 if it comes this side minus 110 degree. 180 minus 110 will be 70 degree. Therefore, angle T is equal to 70. Your option is B. Therefore, solution is B. 70 degrees your answer. Third problem. If tangents PA and PB from a point P to a circle. So, let us mark a point here. Let's mark a point P. Tangents PA and PB. You can observe here also. PA, PB. What is a common letter? You can see P. Then P is an external point. PA and PB are tangents from a point to a circle with center O. Let me draw a circle. And two tangents here. This is A and this is B. Imagine this is this circle with center O. Now once again children, P is a point. From P, draw two tangents to a circle with center O. PA and PB are the tangents. Are inclined to each other at an angle of 80 degrees. Where I have to mark 80 degrees children? The tangents are inclined means this angle is 80 degree. Then angle POA is equal to, where is angle POA? POA means we need to join this. Okay, let me join this. POA. See this? I have drawn a line which is bisecting the angle. This line is bisecting the angle. So what you can say? This angle is 40 degree and this is 40 degree. What is angle POA means this is the angle they asked. Once again read the question carefully. If tangents PA and PB from a point P to a circle with center O are inclined at an angle 80 degrees, find angle POA. So is it easy or difficult? It's very easy. We know that tangents are always perpendicular to the center of a circle through the radius. This tangents, this is 90, this will be 90. Now when I see here two triangles, I will be able to see. This angle is 40, this angle is 90. What will be this angle? Directly you can say. What is that, children? 90 plus 40. Or another way also you can do this problem. 90 plus 90, 180. Opposite angle sum will be 180. Here it is 80. Then what will be this complete angle? 100. Half of this angle is 50. Over answer. Understand the question carefully, children. You may answer this in two ways. One is you can divide the angle and then this angle plus this angle you add, subtract in 180 degrees. Why? The interior angle sum of a triangle is 180. In 180, if you subtract this, you are going to get this answer. Or you can go with opposite angle sum is 180 degrees. Then this is 80, this will be 100. And in this 100, if you divide your angle again, this will be 50. Okay, let's start here. Actually, it is not 2 or 3 marks problem. Just multiple choice question. Directly you can go. If the same problem asks for 2 marks, you need to write neatly steps. Given PA, PB are the tangents, P is external point. Given the inclination angle of a tangents, angle APB is equal to 80 degrees. You need to write like that. Now directly consider the triangle OAP. We know angle A is 90. So angle AOP means angle O, children, plus angle OPA plus angle PAO is equal to 180 degree. What is angle AOP or POA? Both are same. AOP I don't know. If you want, you can write this POA also. OPA angle is 40 and this angle is 90 is equal to 180. Angle POA plus 90 plus 40, it will be 130 degree is equal to 180. Send this 130 other side. Angle POA is equal to 180 degree minus 130 degree. That will be 50 degree is your answer. Angle POA is equal to 50 degree. Which option is right, children? Your solution is and A option, 50 degrees is your answer. That's it. Or you can go with another method. What I have said, children, opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180. Angle O plus angle P is equal to 180. Angle O is equal to 180 minus 80. Angle O is equal to 100. Then half of this will be 50. Fourth problem. Prove that the tangents drawn at the ends of a diameter of a circle are parallel. What is the statement here? Prove that tangents drawn at the ends of a diameter. Okay, observe here. Circle with center O, diameter AB is a diameter. Tangents drawn at the ends of the diameter. See here, B is a point of contact and A is a point of contact where AB is a diameter, right? With this end points of a diameter, draw two tangents. LM and PQ are the two tangents I have drawn for the circle. Of a diameter of a circle are parallel. What we need to prove? We need to prove LM is parallel to PQ. So we are going to draw a figure. This is a circle with center O. Let AB be the diameter of a given circle. Okay, let us draw a circle and in that AB is the diameter of a circle. O is the center. If you want, you can write. Next, let LM and PQ are are the tangents drawn through the end of the diameters. Let LM and PQ be the tangents drawn to the circle at point A and B respectively. Or you may write it as the tangents drawn at the ends of the diameter of a circle. Since the tangent at a point to a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point, by theorem what we know? The tangents drawn are perpendicular to the radius through the center. So directly I can say this is perpendicular and this is also perpendicular, 90, 90 you can say. But I take only one pair and then I try to prove. So observe here carefully. I can say that AB is a diameter. AB is perpendicular to the tangents. AB is perpendicular to LN and AB is perpendicular to another tangent. What is another tangent? PQ. Yes or no? You can say BO is perpendicular to LN or OA is perpendicular to PQ. But complete diameter, if this is perpendicular, automatically complete line is perpendicular now. So in that way I have said AB is perpendicular to LM and AB is also perpendicular to PQ. Now let me consider any one angle, children. Let me consider angle PAB is equal to perpendicular, right, 90 degree. And another angle I take there where it is ABM is equal to 90. How we are saying? By the theorem, tangents drawn are perpendicular to the radius. Now, we know or given by theorem, you can write if you want, you can write. Now look here, I am saying this angle and this is 90. So now what I can say? Same line, right? Opposite alternate angles. So I can say that, or 90 equal to 90, I can equate these two. Angle PAB is equal to angle ABM is equal to 90. Reason, they are alternate angles. They are alternate angles. They are alternate between two lines, right? Then these, if they are equal, then automatically these lines are parallel. Therefore, LM is parallel to PQ. Hence, it is proved. They asked us to prove, right? Hence, it is proved. We need to complete our sentence like this. If you want, you can write here given circle tangents, you can write we need to prove. What to prove, you can write what to prove LM is parallel to PQ, I need to prove and start your proof like this. Okay, once again look here carefully. This angle I have taken, right? You can take this angle equal to this angle, 90, 90. Both the angles are equal. If they are alternate to one another, then these lines are parallel. Let's see the fifth problem here. Prove that the perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent to a circle passes through the center. You can see here there is a circle with center O and a tangent MN. Q is a point of contact. So by theorem 4.1, what you can say? A tangent is perpendicular through the point of contact to the radius. Now this perpendicular is passing through the center or not, we need to prove. This perpendicular, when we can say it is a perpendicular, tangent is always perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Then this is passing through the center or not, we need to prove. Radius is perpendicular, then this line is passing through the center only now. Yes, how can I prove this one? So look here carefully, data. Let a circle with center O. What is given? We have considered a circle with center O. MN be the tangent. MN be the tangent intersecting circle at point Q. Okay. So by seeing this immediately I can say they are perpendicular, right? But now construction. I am going to assume somewhere one point here, children. Let us mark this P. and I'm going to join this, put a dotted line. So what I can say now, from the point of contact, I have taken a line here from P. I say that through the point of contact, this is perpendicular. Yes, imagine, I'm not saying this is a radius we know, but it is at the center we know, but I need to prove. When I need to prove, I'll assume a point little that side or this side. Anyway you take. Mark a point P in the circle. Mark a point P in the circle. Join PQ. Okay. Let us assume that angle PQN is equal to 90 degrees. How can we assume, children? Always from the point of contact, tangent point of contact. So whatever you can see the line, they are perpendicular, you say. Either it is at the center or not, we don't know. Right? We are assuming that angle PQN is equal to 90 degree. Let us start our proof. We prove this theorem by the contradiction. How can we start this? Join PQ. Angle PQN is equal to 90 degrees, children. How can I say? I say that this point is at the center. We are not saying that this is at the center. We know this point is at the center, but I need to prove. So somewhere I have taken a point in the circle. I assume that it might be center. Let us see what happens. Construction. Mark a point P in the circle. Join PQ. I assume that P might be any center. So, if I assume, then angle PQN is equal to 90 degrees. To prove, how can we prove here? To prove what I need to prove here? I need to prove that perpendicular. Now, both the lines are perpendicular according to our assumption. So, directly I write here, perpendicular at the point of contact to the tangent to a circle passes through the center. I need to prove this much. Passes through the center. Okay. So, which is perpendicular? I don't know. I am assuming O is a center as we know. But I am assuming one more point inside the circle. It may be center. Yes, if I need to prove this, I have assumed one more center in the circle. So now, angle PQN is equal to 90 degrees also we have taken. So now, which angle is perpendicular? That is, that perpendicular, I need to prove that the point of contact to the tangent to a circle is passing through the center. So let's start our proof here. So if I observe keenly here, children, so observe the picture carefully. If we assume O is a center, yes, it might be 90 degrees. But if P is at the center, so look here carefully, your angle is like this. Is this perpendicular? Just think a little. No, this is not 90, though we assume it is a 90. According to our assumption, what I can say? I know that angle OQN is equal to 90 degree. Tangent is always perpendicular to the radius. But according to our assumption, angle PQN is also equal to 90. When I equate these two, angle OQN is equal to angle PQN. By this assumptions, what I can say, this angle equal to this angle equal to 90. Through the point of contact, both the angles are 90. Is this both the angles 90? No, you can see PQN is looking acute angle, means it might be less than 90. So, this condition is not possible. This condition is not possible. Why it is not possible, children? By looking itself, this makes acute angle. This makes acute angle. So how can I say this line is perpendicular? So when this condition will be possible? When the same line is coinciding on OQ. Okay, so I may write it here. This condition is possible. This condition is possible when OQ and PQ are coinciding. If they are coinciding, what happens here, children? If they are overlapping on one another, I can say both are 90 degrees. Otherwise, this is not 90. The angle itself is looking like acute. When it is looking acute, I cannot say it is perpendicular. So now, when it should be perpendicular? When it is 90 degrees through the tangent, when these two lines are coinciding. What is the statement you know? Tangent is always perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Tangent is always perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Radius means it emerges from the center, right? So therefore, the perpendicular is passing through the center. Passing through the center. If it is perpendicular, radius starts from the center only, then this perpendicular can passes through the center. Okay, children, with this we are going to end our session today. In our next class, we are going to continue the problems. Thank you all.